No, I'm not up to you.
Can I call shade on
technical difficulties.
Alright, can I call shade on here? How do we go at 9:15?
Now it's 9:30.
Hey, everybody!
Hi!
And welcome to our after show about Big Little Lies, Season 2, Episode 1. Here comes Meryl Streep.
Oh, you can search incognito on YouTube?
Okay.
Andrew?
Hi, I'm Andrew.
I'm Mark.
I'm Crystal.
I'm Zach.
I'm Kate.
We are the That's the Drunk Watch.
And now our talk begins. Nom 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 nom. So we're here to talk about all things Big Little Lies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Season 2 is... Oh, it's back. Season 2.
Yes.
Second grade.
Second grade, they had a big-ass party.
It was weird.
Well, it was it was the orientation, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
It was like
did you have a party that big?
Teacher.
It's that orientation thing they did last year.
It's bigger this year,
Well, yeah.
It was bigger this year.
Maybe the school got bigger.
I guess.
Well, the budget got bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
The principal got bitchier.
Game of Thrones is over. They can put money into other things now.
Yes, exactly.
They can spread the
That's
wealth.
how they were able to afford Meryl Streep.
Renata
Probably
is still
so.
an utter bitch. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
God.
Is she?
Her being like, my
Yeah.
child has an IQ
My
of
child's super
152,
smart,
which is
and she
very
was
pay
bullied last
attention, and
year.
she was bullied, so that's not gonna. But the way that she said it the whole time was, that's not gonna happen. It's like, man,
Yeah.
And
you
what is her
forgot
daughter's
your
name?
drug this morning, Emma Bella.
Why would you do Amabella? Did she
'Cause
misspell it?
She was drunk when she did it. Like,
It's unique, Zach.
What
Anybody
the
can
hell
be called
ever?
Annabella.
Like
She's
that haunted doll?
Annabella.
yeah.
No one's named that.
Okay.
For a reason. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel is all depressed now.
Well, it's Zoe Kravitz.
Her too.
Kravitz.
Zoe Deschanel has her own show.
What is-
Zoe
what is-
Deschanel's
what
like
is-
one of the happiest people ever.
Zoe Kravitz.
What is her character name, though?
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
These names.
My Bonnie.
So Bonnie is depressed.
Bonnie's
Because
depressed.
she done murdered a bitch.
She's done murder, bitch.
She didn't murder him.
Well, technically, yes.
Yeah.
she
She
killed
shoved him down a
him.
flight of stairs.
She killed a person
I don't think it's
in
murder.
self-defense.
Yeah.
Okay,
Of another person.
in other defense.
She wasn't
Defense of
planning
others.
on, like, I'm going to kill this guy. She just like, get off. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She didn't see
Which,
the stairs right
I guess
there.
I really don't understand why they lied.
Again, we wouldn't have a season 2.
Right. We
Well,
talked
but
about
there was
that.
supposed to be a season 2 because
yeah, there was no
the
book two. They
season
lied in
1
the book.
was the whole book.
But he was. I mean, I guess did she ever report the abuse?
No.
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 So that was
Because that's what the therapist got after her for is you need to tell somebody because
Right.
then you're going to be discredited because you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's one thing. But also, like, I guess I'd have to go back and watch season 1. But if 5 women are like beat to shit
Yeah.
and say, yeah, we accidentally knocked him down the stairs because he picked a fight with 5 ladies and was kicking us like.
And there was hands everywhere.
There was hands
We were
everywhere.
Just
He
trying
was
to get
kicking
him
her in
away
the
from the
ribs.
person
Yeah, like,
who he was kicking in the ribs.
And oops, he started the fight by stairs. Fuck him for poor planning.
That's true.
Yeah, if you're going to start a fight with women,
Even
do it
ground.
away from
Are you
stairs.
victim blaming in a weird way?
Hell yeah.
You're victim blaming in a
Fuck yes.
weird way.
I am hella victim blaming. What's his name? Pierre?
Sure, that one.
Perry.
Pierre.
He should.
Careful, my brother's name is
Now
Barry.
he's French.
The reason why he's dead is because he picked the fight by the stairs. You shouldn't have picked the fight by the stairs, dead man.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
That is technically victim blaming, but
Yeah, but he was a dick.
He had it coming.
Always playing a
He
dick.
had it coming.
he had it coming.
Sorry.
Well,
Well, he has that face though.
Is that
he's
what it
gaunt.
is?
Yeah, he has
He's
that.
gaunt.
He has that dick face.
Wow.
No, you're thinking about a drink.
you're thinking about
Sometimes
your
I
dick
also
on
have-
his face.
I'm gonna drink before I incriminate myself.
We all have been there. We've all had dick face. Listen. All
And now I'm drinking. Okay.
I got something on my.
right.
What else?
The fact that do we care about the fact that they're like famous for being the Monterey Five?
Oh, the
Monterey
Monterey
Five.
Five.
Like,
Ain't
Whatever.
nobody believe it
So
just
Jane was
happened.
doing
There's
her
not much
frolicking.
else to do in this town but gossip.
But that's
so of course they're
also
gonna-
Nikki Kidman's fault for not telling. Well, not that you tell people I'm being abused, but it's just not. does anybody know other than
these 5 women?
the therapist?
Do the women know?
I don't think they know how extensive.
Well, Jane must have
What?
known something because he tried to rape her, which I don't remember.
I mean, someone knew about her secret apartment, didn't they? Or was she not?
No, Meryl Streep found out in the previews. I don't think she...
that she was trying to leave.
Not Renata. Madeline didn't know about the secret apartment?
I don't think so. I don't think she told... I don't think she has told everybody to the extent that...
Hey, who's watching? Can you tell us if Madeline knew about the secret apartment?
I think that Nicole Kidman, and her name is Celeste.
Yeah,
I think
Celeste.
Celeste is such a good example of like the extreme level that abuse can take. That this person like abused her to the point that even though he was killed while he was abusing her
In the act.
in
front of other people.
she still feels guilty enough to have dreams where she's the monster and
She's
misses
blaming
him.
herself.
Like, so it's like that is the extreme to which, so it's really hard to say, well, like, of course they wouldn't believe her because she didn't say anything, but like he is the prime example of what gaslighting actually
he
is.
always convinced her that he was sorry.
Yes.
And that he loved her.
Yes.
Well, because
And then
he
he
would do
fucked her
that.
with
He's
his
like, I'm
beautiful
going to
body
push you and hit
and-
you, and then go, oh, I'm sorry.
You know, I just feel so strongly towards you. It's like,
Well, and then part of it too is kind of, you know, early on, having watched the first 2 episodes again, is, you know, it was the perfect example of like, even when she like kind of gave as good as she got in that one argument they have, he was still biologically more powerful than she was. And
he's
so she
still
really
a very
wasn't-
tall,
like
buff
They
man.
try to make it look equal, but it's still, but then it's not, you know, but it
No.
also shows that it's, no matter how much you participate, it's not equal.
Yeah.
Well, and even now, she doesn't want to talk bad about her dead husband. That'll look real bad. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
So she's even still pigeonholed in
Or
that
tell
regard.
anyone the truth.
Yeah, like, now she just looks like she's weird and bitter and...
Because, and then, like, getting into, like, the meat of what we really want to talk about, we started to, like, I'm backing up a little bit, we started to see the negative aspects of what he did in the family, because while I don't think he ever beat the children, he was aggressive towards them. Like, it would leach out.
played
and
aggressive,
would,
yeah.
He would play aggressive, but also there would be times where he would snap at them.
Right.
And then feel bad for just verbally snapping at them.
Right.
And
then
so,
you can see how that's coming out in the kids.
in the
now
kids,
as
exactly. Yeah, so they're...
But also, even though I don't think they ever witnessed him actually beating their mother.
well. Yeah.
They still saw how he treated her.
Yes.
And how she acted around him.
Right.
Because children are also very perceptive to, like, body language and stuff like
Well,
that, so they would have...
She has that. They have that talk in the car at the last episode of last season that the boys aren't stupid. They're big enough to know, and they're big enough to hear and understand something is
It's
wrong.
like, they probably don't
You
know
know,
the full extent
they
of
hear us
what's happening,
arguing.
but they know something is
They can
up.
hear us throwing each other around on the floor. Like, the kids
Yeah.
aren't stupid.
So then we also start to see that, like, the cycle continues
Right.
as it started. Meryl Streep is a crazy bitch.
Yeah, she is.
Mary Louise, like...
Well, she probably put him on a pedestal, and nothing he
definitely.
did.
Never corrected him.
And just
Well-
let him always have his
Well,
way.
no.
No.
I think she prepared him to be proper, but he was still a saint. He was a prince. He was, you know.
But I could see any time he wasn't, her going off the deep. Like,
absolutely.
she could be, we don't know much about her. She
Maybe
could
she
be
was
an abusive
abusive to
person.
him.
Because I could see her
Mentally
being
abusive.
like my perfect angel, and anytime he wasn't, like, either she was verbally or physically
Oh,
abusive.
I can't wait to see what.
I just
She is coming for what's her face's Emmy
everyone,
Award.
all of them.
No,
Reese-
what is
Reese-
Madeline.
Madeline.
No.
Celeste.
From Sharp Objects, the mom from Sharp Objects.
Oh.
Her name is.
Emma's mom.
Oh,
No.
Winona Ryder.
What?
Sharp objects. Oh shit, yes. I was thinking, if we're talking about crazy people, I was thinking Stranger Things. Because that bitch is crazy.
She's crazy at a different part of the spectrum.
Oh, what's her
We're
name?
talking
What
about
is her
Patricia
name?
Clarkson?
Yes.
Patricia Clarkson's
Clarkson.
character, yeah, she's totally coming
what
for
is
that
her
role.
mother's name?
I forgot.
Oh, gosh,
Something
what's that?
sweet and like innocent.
It'll jump out of my brain.
Yeah.
Or I'll look it up.
Wait, but no, I just want to say because you know we're loving what Meryl Streep is doing. right now. I want to give a shout out to this other YouTube channel that I discovered this week. It's called Be Kind Rewind. It is this woman. She posts videos about Hollywood history, women in film, and general film studies. And she did this video that I found, and it's called "Why Do We Love Meryl Streep?" And it covers Meryl's career and how she kind of went against the whole Hollywood stereotype and stuff. And it's just, if you're wanting something fun to watch, I would recommend that video.
Well,
it's great.
I think the reason that this show is so interesting, because I didn't watch it for a long time when it came out, because it has like Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman, and they're rich white women, and just like, ugh. And so I was like, why does anyone want to watch that? But as soon as you start watching it, you're like, oh shit, this is not what I was expecting. Like, I was not expecting the half of this. And the shit that I was expecting is really good. And so Meryl Streep is exactly that. Because when they showed her being like a skeptical mother-in-law. Mm-hmm. And they didn't show her doing the purposeful daughtering. Like the oh, maybe I meant to call you short in a negative way. Maybe I didn't. Like that thing where...
She was very, like, passive-aggressive.
Yes, the passive-aggressive, and if you're not paying attention, you're like, oh, this poor dear grandma is losing it a little bit.
Oh, you remind me of my friend from boarding school. I hated her.
She was a bitch.
Yeah, that could seem like, as she starts the story, it's like, oh, she's going to tell me an innocent, and she wasn't my friend, and she was a vapid bitch, and you remind me just of her. It's like, the fuck?
And then...
and she says it, and like, the manner that she speaks in...
It's grandma.
It's very, like, it's almost like a polite tone of voice. But she's saying something very demeaning to you.
So I think they did it again where they very much, like, you expected to get a good, like, solid Meryl Streep performance, and then it was just like, oh fuck. Like, oh shit.
Never mind.
And you know Meryl Streep knows that person.
Oh, absolutely.
She's playing somebody. I feel like she knows that person.
Yeah, she knows a Mary Louise.
Oh man, she's really good.
Yeah.
One of the best. That name, y'all, Mary Louise.
Mary Louise.
I know.
And you have to call her by both names.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would. Like, if you were like, oh, Mary Louise. Like, before you got the rest of the sentence out, she would correct you.
She would correct you. She would redirect your behavior.
You can't call her ML or anything.
ML? No way.
I went to school with a girl that we called ML. Her name was Mary Elizabeth.
Oh.
But she went by ML.
I had a teacher who was Mary Kay, and we called her MK.
So she wasn't a Meryl Streep character,
though. No, but she seems to be very much, you call her Mary Louise.
Yeah, the whole, like... And also that abusive behavior of, like... Your mother feels one way, but I want you to feel a different way. Like, your mother's trying to have you get over the grief. I want you to feel it. And the way that she's telling you to do it is incorrect. You need to do it the way
like, screaming at the dinner table.
It is such a, like, manipulative abusive way to act.
Yeah, which is a form of abuse.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties with my tongue.
Oh.
No. Sorry, Thomas.
Maybe not. Okay.
He's not a Patreon subscriber. He's
fine.
Listen, I have not pushed no man down no stairs.
We need a fire pit. We need to get a fire pit for these.
Nah, bitch. It's Houston. We said this already. It's
Houston is the fire pit.
Step outside. You do not need a fire pit.
You don't.
But it's so...
So it looks like the big plot point is Bonnie wants to confess.
Yes.
Yeah.
For her conscience.
She so much so she was pacing outside of the police station.
Oh my
she
God.
doesn't look suspicious
Spending
at
the
all.
summer at Lake Tahoe wasn't enough for her to get over it.
Oh, come on. Have you all ever been to Lake Tahoe? You can get over it.
But she's not a material person, so she probably didn't feel appropriate or whatever.
Emotional person.
Maybe she should have done more yoga.
But part of me is like, no, hon, you didn't. I mean, you did kill somebody, but you didn't murder them. You were.
It wasn't malicious. It wasn't intense.
And from the lady who taught the self-defense classes, so I think it's kind of weird for the character.
I mean, didn't it happen because she was abused? I mean, in the past.
Was she?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think the reason she reacted that way is because she herself was abused prior to her relationship with Nathan.
Maybe.
Andrew read the novel.
Because I know she...
No, I only read the show.
She taught the...
I haven't watched the first season since it first came out.
She taught yoga and self-defense to women.
Yeah.
I knew that. I know that.
But I think because she is so emotional, she could be feeling the, like, I did the right thing, but I can't tell anyone. So this terrible thing that still was right is weighing on my mind.
Well, it may also, I mean, if we'll learn more about her in the way that we learned so much about Shailene, whose character?
Oh God, so close.
Well, I mean, I don't remember what her character's name was, but
Jane.
About because it was so brief what we learned about her past that we'll see more of it. Because probably part of it too is like she reacted and attacked Perry out of nowhere.
Who did? Jane.
No,
Bonnie.
I mean, because she saw that.
Bon.
And I mean, she has no relationship with Perry.
Yeah.
She just gut reacted to what was happening.
Right.
She self-defended.
So her doing it to Perry was out of nowhere. So she's probably also feeling guilty that she didn't handle.
Well, and part of it is because she doesn't know
her past like she would have liked. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like her past got away with it, and now it's manifested, and she took revenge on Perry, but he wasn't the one responsible for her past.
Right,
but he still was a dick.
Yes.
Yeah, he
still deserved it.
And I don't think, that's why I don't think that she knows the full story. I think if Celeste was to say, "Hey guys, listen, we need to talk. Perry was awful to me. He was abusing me before this night."
It wasn't just wasn't that night.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a big piece that's missing is they don't know this was a build up to this. It wasn't just we had a scuffle and then now he's dead.
I think that's also why there's like the skill of the show is that you put it in this place where people don't it's Monterey, it's perfect, so people don't have problems like that.
Right.
So how she couldn't talk about it because that's not
they
something
talk about
that
everything
happens
else
there. But everything else is like
superficial
affairs and shopping, like and
affairs and shopping,
children fights.
And
like
of course, the thing with Perry too is super complicated because at least Celeste and Madeline know that Perry was also Jane's rapist.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows that
Jane didn't know until he showed up that night. And she was like, "My rapist," because she hadn't met him until that moment.
And I don't think anybody else knows that Jane was raped and had Ziggy.
Yeah.
Oh, so see, this is the shit I forgot. So Ziggy is Perry's child.
Ziggy's Perry's son from that rape.
Yeah.
And now Celeste knows because they're talking about his will.
Yeah.
That Ziggy is due a third of his estate.
Really?
Wow.
No, they were talking about it tonight. That like he's a part of Perry's
At
estate.
the outside bar thing.
Ooh, I missed that.
Estate?
I mean, they didn't know how they were going to deal with it, but they were talking about it.
Is there? I guess there's.
So that's when she was like, "Are you mad at me?" And she's like, "I don't blame you." It's like, I mean, I knew he was married. I didn't know you.
I got that part. I didn't know that was the context of it.
It started off with them talking about Ziggy.
I missed that.
I
did hear her say, "I want to tell him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is would I want to tell my son?
How do you it's gotten harder because it's like, how do you tell your son that one, you were the product of a one-night stand, an affair, rape, and he's dead now after he was killed by the woman by the friends of the woman he abused.
And I was there.
Oh fuck! And I was
and he lived in our town.
Oh, you better have a therapist sitting right there waiting for that child.
Well, but on top of all that, the fact that she won't tell him anything, Ziggy upsets Ziggy.
Yes, because he's a smart kid.
And you have to tell him something.
Well, I feel like
you can't just not say nothing.
Yeah, but telling your son, "Mommy was raped and I had you," it's a lot. That right there is a lot.
Yeah.
And then say, "Well, Mommy and friends killed him at the school event." And he's actually,
Mommy was really dressed up
Max,
and murdered.
You know Max when two choked his daddy is your daddy. Okay, night.
But we killed him, so it doesn't matter now.
I don't think that's the part that she's gonna tell him. I think
he's gonna have to find out.
He's gonna know he's dead.
Gonna know eventually.
Yeah, but I know that
when he finds out whose estate he's gonna inherit.
I don't think that that's what they were talking about. I think she was saying, "I need to tell him that this was your dad,
and he's dead now."
And he's dead.
Right, but eventually, as a person, he's going to have to come to terms with
Oh, absolutely.
all the other residual stuff.
That's the reason why they have therapists on retainer.
That's right. He's just going to go and morph into Sheldon, and he's not even going to think.
So,
still need a therapist.
So they basically set up the whole season. We're like, what are they going to do in the front? They have a whole season of material.
Yeah,
absolutely.
totally.
How many episodes?
8.
8.
Good.
That's 1 more than last year.
Is it?
It was 7.
Oh, was it just 7?
Is it 7?
Year?
Well, because they need to give Meryl plenty of screen time.
So,
I don't think Meryl's in
So I guess
5.
here's the question: is Mary Louise going to go like all VC Andrews on?
I don't know what that means.
She's not gonna lock the kids in an attic.
Is she going to go all flowers in the attic on?
Boys?
I see her kidnapping them.
Oh yeah, me too. Taking them away.
Because she's planning on getting an apartment. And I think part of it's like, I want to live closer,
and
but part of it's also...
She might take some legal action to maybe
Right.
try and get custody of the
Because
kids.
she's basically trying to set up, you're an unfit mother. You don't cook
yeah.
for them. I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, she might get lawyers involved.
You're happy that your husband's dead. Like, this is just weird. And I kind of see where Meryl Streep's coming. Like, if she was in a vacuum, my son is dead.
Yeah.
You're not sad about it, and these little kids are little dicks. What is going on?
But that's always such a tricky thing. Like, when it comes to grief, like, you know, if someone does get killed under mysterious circumstances, they're always like, you know, might point to the spouse and be like, you don't seem very sad about it. And it's like, you have no idea, like, what I'm feeling about. Okay, just because I'm not, like, out in public crying all the time doesn't mean that you're not grieving. Like, grief is dealt in very many ways.
Yeah.
There are lots of different stages of grief, too.
So that's the setup of season 2.
I'm pumped.
Yep.
I'm ready.
I won't be here next week, but I'm excited.
No one's going to be here next week.
Well.
Just me, Andrew, Mark,
I was going to say, I'll probably be here.
Crystal.
Okay, yeah. So all of the cool people will still be here.
Nobody will be here.
Are we going to be here next week?
We'll be the Monterey
schedule. Yes.
All right. That's everything. Andrew?
All right. So let's shout out to our one fan who figured out how to get into this chat.
Heyo.
Hi.
Yes. You can add your comments too, right?
We are the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And
now our talk is
ended.
ended. Good night, everybody. Let's see who won Best Musical of the Year, Best Play. I'm ready.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, let's go to that.
What?